Okay, I'm going to try to get back in the flow of this thing. I had to wait for about 7 hours for this thing to upload. I don't know, something went wrong. So this is not a little slug on there. That's what it looks like, isn't it? I got to looking at this, and this is indicating something over here. It's a highlight or something, and we don't need that there. So let's get that off. Oh, well, maybe it doesn't want to come off. Well, when lines don't want to come off, I no longer have to tolerate them. I just use this. So, oops. Let's get a paper towel here. A little bit of water. And just very gently doing a little bit of that. And I got rid of it. Now, this is the bottom part of this thing right here, the purpley thing. And I like it. I think it's really interesting to have in here. I could see it coming up there just a little bit. It gets kind of fuzzy. And there's nothing wrong with having it be fuzzy. Oh, wait a minute. However, I think I'm going to make it go this way. And that's kind of wet there. You don't draw on wet paper. So don't do what I'm doing here. So I'm going to make it come up there. And then I'm going to just disconnect this a little bit. And maybe have that stem go up like that, because where these are offset, that has just a really a nice effect. So I wanted it to do that here too. Okay. And what is this? When we look at this, this is, I could use some raw sienna in there maybe, and a little bit of that purple, I think. Well, let's look and see what that would look like. Let's look at it right out here. I happen to have this mixture of raw sienna and scarlet from earlier today. You know, I think that's really great. And here's some purple. So let's just look at them over here. And let's pull up a little bit of the purple. It's all dried now, so I think that could be it. Yeah, I think that could. Okay, well, I'm probably going to have to do this in a couple of stages, because you can see that the purple has a hard edge here, and it's like in segments, which I think is quite entertaining. Remember, we're looking for visual entertainment. So I think what we're going to do first is take the raw sienna. Let's see, where do I have that? My raw sienna looks like it's been underappreciated over here. Okay. Let's just take that raw sienna and let's just paint the raw sienna on the whole thing. And then we're going to layer that purple on top of it. And oh, looky here. See here, it kind of fades out. Something else comes through in the way. Let's just let that be like that. Here. And this is still pretty juicy. But I'm going to go ahead and connect these down here. Whoop. Okay, I think that'll be good color for these things too. maybe we should go ahead and put those in. I've just sort of been debating about what to do with those and when. Let's go ahead and let's put some color in here. So anyway, you know that I took something out of the picture and then I kind of added stuff in that I hadn't drawn in because I wanted to keep it real soft and I didn't want an edge there to speak of. Something like that. See, let's put a little more color in this part right there. So we've got these like little root things now. And we could even put a little more raw sienna into that. See what I mean? My raw sienna looks underappreciated. I haven't refilled it. Okay, so something about like that. Maybe we'll just use the raw sienna. It's kind of a nice and soft. And we're just going to have just meander around through here. You know, kind of skip some areas and just play with this. See, that could be roots. Some of these roots are coming off of here. Well, I guess they all of them are coming from the base of this, actually. I don't know. So we just want a little bit of busyness through here. Oh, that might be enough. What do you think? You decide how you feel about it. Okay, I think I'm going to go with that. Now that's got to dry. In the meanwhile, we've got some stripes here. Now they're kind of blue-gray stripes. And of course, I put blue up here. So I've got us a little heavy on the blue side. I guess I could use red stripes there. Something, I really kind of like this. I wish somebody could talk to me and give me an idea. All right, I'm gonna make a command decision here then, since none of you are speaking up. Just gonna clean out a spot. That was real smart to use a rag, wasn't it? Okay. And I think I'll just use indigo. Well, that's pretty blue. Okay, here's what I ought to do. I'm getting some blue up here. I don't think I want that blue, not with that blue background. I want it to be really gray or even a warm gray. So what I'm going to do here is, let's see, what are my other major colors that I've been using? I've been using Nicolazo. Well, that's just too bright. Let's pick up a little Quin Gold. And a little bit of, oh, what did I just clean out of that spot? Quin Burnt Scarlet. Just see what that does to this. Well, that's a really boring sepia looking color. Well, we could use it. What if we made it just a little bit warmer? Maybe a little bit, oh, a little bit more Quinn Gold. What would that do to it? Yeah, let's try just a little bit more. I think I'm not going to like this no matter what I do to it. I don't even know what you would call this color. I don't have a name for it. That's a strange choice there. I think maybe I'm going to use it. Well, let's try a little bit more scarlet in there with it. That's going to brown it up a little bit, so it's not quite so. Yeah, I could live with that. All right, now here's one of the problems. Do I have enough of it mixed up? Because I'd rather have too much mixed up than not enough. Doesn't mean that I can't change it out a little bit, though. You know, I really like it better like that. I'm going to go with that. And I think I've got enough. Probably more than enough. Now, I need to look and make sure that the recorder really is on. Yep. Okay. So, here's the deal with these stripes. See, you've got some wide ones, and you can, when you look at the wide ones, you'll notice, see, here's a wide one coming back here. What happened to it? It's not even in here. Here's some narrower ones, medium width ones, or something. I don't even know where they come from. Maybe there's something way back in the back that is picking up here, because I've noticed that it can pick up from the back. And of course, we've got the red back here. See, that is this color here, which is now going to be blue. I don't know if I'm going to like what this does. Okay, so we're going to paint these, and then in here, just know that you're painting something different. And the thing is, you don't have to get it all right. It'll work either way. I drew a bunch of lines here, and you've no doubt traced those lines, and I don't even know what they are. I don't even know what this color is. So I'm making it, you know, not real dark. Again, this is a matter of choices. I'm thinking about the next one of these I do, putting a peach color back in there, and I'll probably go back to the blue-gray lines when I do that. Here's a line. You know, you don't really even need the traced lines. You might be better off without them. Dare I say that at this point? It's like, you gave us all these stupid lines and I traced them. And now you're saying I don't really need to use them? Well, you kind of do. I mean, you need to pay attention to something of what's in the picture so that it feels right. Oh, here's another line. Comes right here. And then here's the fat line. This would really be terribly boring if we didn't have an occasional thick line here. Okay. it kind of, you know, it has sort of a distorted angle there. And then some of these others do too. So, oh yeah, this pattern has three lines that are close together, and then in other places it has, see right here, here's 3 that are real close together, and then there's 3 that are spaced out, and then there's 3 that are close together. That's what this deal is about. And then it just seems to change direction, because of course this has got wrinkles and wavy things going on, and then whoa, it disappeared, and then back up here is a thicker line again. I didn't get the background thing doing quite the right deal, but does something like that. Okay. So what I could do is I could turn this video off and finish doing this, and then I'll do the inside with you. Well, remember I said that these stripes didn't make any real difference if you messed the pattern up? Boy, I sure hope so, because I just went off on a crazy thing there on my own. Okay. So now, let's look through the back in here. Now this is a little harder. We're going to have to concentrate a little bit more, but at the same time, again, these aren't the same stripes. You just want to, so there's a couple here that are really kind of noticeably thicker than the others, and I'm going to try to get those. To look right. And they actually do kind of come to the edge. The edge is going to get a different treatment later. We're gonna go back and lift some stuff later. And it's going to make it look really great, like glass. I sure hope. We'll do a thing like that. Suck a little of that up. There. Okay, and then we'll do, there's one underneath it. I don't know about this grape. Here's the thing. Some mousy colors. That's what Gene Dobie calls them, mouse colors. They make the other colors sing more. Here I've got some masking in here where one of these stripes goes. That's going to help me out a little bit there. Gene Dobie is like, oh gosh, I love her work. I think she's fabulous. As far as I know, she only wrote one book, and I have it if anyone wants to see it, but I'll kill you if it disappears. Let's just put a stripe or two in there. And then there's a little bit of grayness down here where I think there's that stripes of some kind. There's a little bit of grayness over in this corner. There's some stuff going on down through here. And that's where you're just putting in stuff. It may be just sort of gibberish. Some of it, though, kind of follows along the edges of the vase, vase, whatever it is. Oh, we need a line in here for sure. Okay. So maybe we've got something like that. Oh, gee. Look at these stripes here. You just about have to have your own. I think you just about have to have your own photo to see them. I don't know. Right up there. I don't think we're going to put those in. At least right now we're not thinking about putting them in. And do I want to do... No. No. I want to stop right there. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop right there. We've got that. Look, there's even lines up in here. Maybe we'll just start there. Here's my pencil. So this is something I wouldn't want a hard line drawn on at all. These are reflections of the stripes from somewhere. And I don't even know why this goes towards our eye. I've tried to figure how it's bouncing from there to here at the top of the water, and I don't get it, quite frankly. It doesn't follow what I know about how a ball bounces or light bounces. Light bounces the same way a ball does. Okay, and then there's a little bit of something coming out this way. And then we have this really light area there. So all I'm going to do at this point is just put in a little bit of this. Like I said, we're going to actually wipe through some of this and really soften it and do stuff to it. And mind you, there's reflections all through this if they were where you could see them. Okay, and do I want to do anything else? I might just... I think I'm making this up. And then I think I'm going to put a little edge on the back line on our... oh dear, I'm getting my hand in wet paint. On our water line. Just a pale little gray edge there. I should have used my fancy pointy brush. Okay. So we've got that. Now let's go back to this, because this is more fun. I'm going to take my purple. Remember the purple? Oh, it's not a purple. It's a violet. Okay. It's a violet. It's this stuff right here. And at the top of each one of these little segments, see, there's a hard edge, like this. I think I should use a smaller brush. The reason being that I want to soften that edge, but I want to soften it right there because I don't want it to come all the way down. Something like that. And then we're going to come down to another one. And we'll soften that edge. So that gives us a little bit of variety instead of it all being greens. Besides, it's what I had. Sometimes when you find the just perfect thing, it's really not. You're better off with imperfect stuff. I think I'll make one up right there. think I'll leave that little twinkle in there too. See, we got a little twinkle. And if it starts to get away from you, you know, just take your paper towel and give it a little blot there. And then we'll have a little bit of purple up here just to emphasize that edge, because I want it to stand out. Whew. Oh, I forgot to mention the other things I did. I had pulled up the masking. I didn't do a really pretty job of masking. I had pulled up the masking. I took my magic sponge and I softened an edge here, and when I did, I pulled some of that blue in here. It's already over the dots. See the dots there? I also softened this area right here with the sponge. I just felt like I needed to do a thing or two. Now we could, at this point, what are we going to do with these spots? I think the first thing is, let's see if the other color is going to come up and have much effect on them. It's really not. Okay. Then let's pick up some, let's go back to our greens. Let's just pick up a little green here. Because these are in, this, particularly this one's in the shadow. These are really iridescent looking. But I'm not going to try to make them look iridescent. And, you know, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I want to leave some of them pure white for now. And then later, I'm probably going to mute them some. But let's get some of these that are up here at the top. Does that show the top? Yeah. Let's get some of those, because let's mute that a little bit. And then we could even blot that there. So, you know, but let's not mute all of them yet, because I don't know. We may need some whites over here. Okay, so this has been the shorter video. This will be part 3. And then, and then the hard stuff happens. Yeah.